beautiful people, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Deborah Ogundare, and it's good to be back on your screen. How are you doing? How is life with you? How is everything? Hope you're good. Yeah. Thank you to my old subscribers. Thank you for always watching my videos, and to my new subscribers, you are welcome. On this channel, I talk about my faith, life in the UK, career, marriage, relationship, any good thing, any good vibe that you can think of. Yes, and I'd like to share my experience here on this channel. So today I'm back again with another storytelling episode. So I'll be doing a couple of, sharing just a bit of my life and just my journey. And I find strength in when I hear people talk about their life, their journey. I relate more to people's story. So, and I'm like, okay, why if I enjoy people's story and then maybe their journey of faith, their Christian work, any area, I should as well motivate someone with mine as well. So that's why today's episode is another story episode. Yeah. Yeah, so today I'm just, and I'll be talking about the ministry of angels. This video is inspired by the testimony of Pastor Sarah Omako about how she was nearly mobbed because due to false accusation around in Abuja, and how one policeman came and from nowhere just stopped those the guys that wanted to attack her and her driver, and we went back to the police of station, and they couldn't find the policeman that came to rescue them. And then she was like that she was quite sure that that policeman was an angel. And that I just started thinking like, sometimes if you don't sit back and just reflect on some things, you won't know what God has done for you in full. Yes, we know that God has been good, but and that was what made me sit back, and I had a reflection on when have I even experienced the ministry of angels before. And I'm like, well, I have. And when I was having that reflection, I realized that I have had like a lot of experiences, but the two that came to my mind, that's what I'll be sharing with you today, so that you too can reflect by and just know that God is with you. He sent his angels. The Bible says that his angels are spirits. They minister to us daily. They are there to help us. He said he will give his angels charge, over us, so that they will rescue us. That's what they do. The angels come into your case when they see that you're about to be stranded, and they help you. So I'll be sharing this with my encounters, and I'm sure that those people were angels, because after that I'm like, whoa, I have actually met some angels before. And so I hope that this you will learn from it as well, and that God will continue to send out his angels to minister to us. We will not be stranded. That is the privilege of being children of God. You can never be stranded. You have a father, a big father that can always come to your rescue. You can quickly call his angels and say, oh yeah, rescue my daughter, rescue my son. He is our ever-present help in need. Yeah. So the first experience, my first encounter of angels that I can't like maybe I have experienced before, that I have had the experience before then. I can't say, but this one came to my mind, and I was just like, no, this man that I met that day was an angel. So it was when I went for my service in Abuja, and if you're not in Nigeria, we normally go for a 1 year service, like you serve the country a year after your first degree, or some people even after their master's degree. If you have not done it after your degree, you are expected to serve your country, like Nigeria, my country, Nigeria, and then they post you to any state. So we've got 36 states in Nigeria, so they post you to any of the states. So I was posted to Abuja to serve, and I've got family members in Abuja, right? So, and they were I remember my uncle and my auntie were like, oh, um, it will be good for me to serve in a good organization, because most times they just send people to, maybe schools. Abuja is even FCDA. You just go and sit down there doing nothing, and they were like, this 1 year you should make use of it very well. And I'm so grateful, Auntie Kelly and Uncle Claire. You're such a big blessing to me. I'm grateful for their blessing in my life and for their guidance over the years. So they, they were like, oh, you serve in Abuja, but and when I came to Abuja, you have to do the first 21 days in camp. So you'll be doing more like military training, if I would say, just like, parade, do all sorts of things. Or we call it orientation camp. So you'll be in that camp for 21 days. And then after that, they will send you to your place of, we call it PPA, place of primary assignment. So that's where you'll be serving throughout that 1 year. So you'll be working in that organization for that 1 year after the camp. So we went for the orientation camp, right? After the camp, I got my primary place of assignment. I was posted to a company that does not exist. To my own understanding, it doesn't exist, because immediately after the camp, before going home, I went to that area. I was in Dawaki. They said it's one food company in Dawaki. And I went there, I searched through, I combed Dawaki that day with bikes, walking. I didn't see any organization. Like when I got to the address on the letter, I didn't see any company like that. I was asking around, did they know this company? They said no, they don't. There's no company, food company like this name on my letter. I was just like, why would they send me to a place? They didn't even send me to the general FCDA, that and I think that's how God is just was at work, right? And so I was, well, when I was just confused, I said I was shocked. I was looking around, I was asking, and then in the course of me searching for this company, I met another guy that was posted to this anonymous company in Abuja, and we were both searching for this food company, but we didn't find the company. And in the midst of our search, all of a sudden one man just passed in his car, and just passed beside her, and he stopped by, and was like, oh, coppers, where are you going? What's wrong? I guess he saw that we're a bit distressed with, I think at that point we're just tired, like, okay. I think at that point I was even already telling that guy that I'll just go back home and then go to the camp the next day to tell them that I didn't get the organization, so they can give me another posting. So, and then I think I skipped a part before I left the camp. Okay, I think I said something like that. So my uncle and my auntie that I was staying with, they already got a place for me in Nigeria Bottling Company. However, there were those people, the HR in Coca-Cola. That's, Nigeria Bottle Company. They are the maker of Coca-Cola in Nigeria. So they were like, they will accept me only if the body NYSC sent me down to their company. That means if my parent place of assignment is Coca-Cola. So I was just like, God, let your will just be done, because there's really nothing that I can do at that time. The person, so when the man saw us, well, he was not like, oh, Coppers, what's wrong? So we told him that, oh, we sent us, we've just been looking for a place of assignment, a primary assignment, and we can't find the place. He was not like, oh, what's the name? I said, oh, he said, okay, that. So he asked us to enter into his car, and we did. In Nigeria, we're not even scared. I think, okay, I think he told us before we entered that it's one of the officials in NYSC. So we entered the car, and so he asked us to enter the car, and he told us that, okay, that we should come back the next day. Apparently, it was the secretary, I think the PA to the NYC state coordinator, and he was like that we should come back the next day so that it can help us, change the where we're supposed to serve, and that was it. So the next day, I went home. Obviously, after the camp, I went home, and then the next day I went back to camp. That's Abuja orientation camp. I went there, and this man, I think he came a bit late, and we were just there till I was there. Like most people that came after me, and most people that, well, I wasn't the only one that had that issue. Like the other guy that I spoke about, he had that issue as well. So they were just posting everybody. They were just posting them to FCDA. Just go and be playing the FCDA and all those where you will not do anything. They will just be asking you to go and buy food. It's not going to be adventurous. You're not going to learn anything there. But some people, I'm not saying people didn't have peace. Some people had good primary place of reference, even in FCDA, right? But God just saw. I guess God just knows my desire, and He wanted to prove Himself that He can do and undo. It might not be my way, but He can make things happen. So, these people, they were posting them to different places and all. And I was just wondering, when are they going to call me? Even people that came after me, this man, they were answering them. But I already saw that man. Sometimes I will even go and meet him just to gain his attention. Maybe when they come out to call the people's name, they've changed they've amended their letter. And I'll just go, good afternoon, sir. He will just do as if he doesn't even know me. Until when it was people were already few, he now called me. He was just like, "Oh, that girl over there. He doesn't even know my name." He just said, "Okay, come. Where do you want me to post you to?" I can never forget. It was just a blank question, like blank check. It's just like someone giving you a blank check. And it was like, "Where do you want me to post you to?" And immediately I told him, Coca-Cola. Then I didn't even know that Coca-Cola is the name of the company is National Nigeria Bottling Company. I didn't, but I just said Coca-Cola, and he was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure they're going to accept you there?" I said that yes, that my uncle and my auntie already spoke to their HR, and they are ready to accept me. And he said okay, and that was it. And he just wrote, even on my, if you up to today, if you look at my letter of deployment, is still the name there is Coca-Cola International. Just the way I told him, and he just entered, did the changes, and gave me the letter, and that was it. And that was how I was able to serve in Nigerian Bottling Company, Nigeria. And from that, immediately he gave me up, and throughout my service here, I didn't get to see this man. Even maybe when you go for primary play, when you go for CDS or something, I didn't see him. I didn't see him throughout. And the other guy that we were together that day, he didn't even call him later. He just sent, oh, they just collected his letter, and he sent him to FCDA straight. And recently, when I was at that day, I was quite grateful, because then I know God. I have always loved God, and I knew that this was God at work. But it's just in this line of ministry of angel, that guy that day was an angel sent by God to help me in that situation. So that notion of who angels can be, they might not be flying like putting on white, how we do in drama and everything like that. It might not come in that form. They might be human as well, but in that situation, they help. God use them. Their spirit, and God used them for us to help at that point in time, and to show the power of God, the power of God. Yes, so that situation there, that man that helped me that day was an angel sent by God. And then another encounter I had was when I was coming to the UK for the first time for my master's degree. I think that was in 2018, September 2018. So I was coming, I've never traveled out of Nigeria before, mixed feelings. I've got one bag, I've got two, I came with two bags. And I think with my handbag or so, or something, one big bag and one small bag. So it was just like I just didn't know what the experience would be like. I didn't know one was following me, you know. I remember I even dropped it, some tears when I was leaving Nigeria because when my dad told me goodbye, my mom, and they told me goodbye, I started crying. Oh my god. But don't have to be emotional. No, 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 no. Yes, I did. I did not know what I would expect. But I knew that God was with me. I knew that He was with me on the journey. So when I got to Manchester Airport, I went to the train station to get my train to Sheffield because I was going to Sheffield Alam University. And then I didn't know anything. First, the first miracle was like, okay, as I was about to, so I told the guy at the train station that I was going to Sheffield. I don't know how he heard Salford. And Salford is an area in Manchester. But my intuition was just saying, for God and God. You know, I was checking my ticket, I was like, Salford. Salford, and in my mind, and in my mind, I was just like, okay, Salford is a place in Sheffield. Maybe it's like a bus stop in Sheffield. I don't know. I think I was just using Nigerian brain to just. I was like, Salford is a what's it called? Is a bus stop in Sheffield. I went to the train station. I went to where I was supposed to get um Salford what's it called? To get Salford train. And when I got there, my mind was not just at rest. Immediately, I already packed my things into the train. I was seated, but my mind, the spirit just told me that ask these people that you are going to Sheffield, not Salford. That are you in the right train? And I just went to meet some old people there, and I'm like, oh, that I am going to Sheffield, but I have Salford on this ticket. Is it a bus stop in Sheffield? And they were like, oh, you are in a wrong train. The train was about to move. The train was about to move, and that was immediately they helped me. And if you know the system here, people don't help you like that, you know. And those guys, those the people on that coach that I was, they quickly packed my thing because the train was about to move. And that was how I came out of the train, and then I had to go back upstairs to get a train to Sheffield, and that was a miracle. That was God at work working with me, right? I know if you want to pick something from there, yes, that was God at work. I didn't the Bible says the steps of the righteous are ordered. So my steps were ordered by God in that situation. I didn't miss my road. So I was now in the train to Sheffield. I got the train to Sheffield. And in that train, in that same coach, you know, because I've not been to this place before, I was just like, I was not at rest because I don't even know, so I don't go past where Sheffield. And I just saw one guy. I remember he wore a black eyeglasses, you know. Anyway, I just went to meet him and I'm like, hi, good afternoon. This year I'm going to Sheffield and I've not been to Sheffield before. Can you just let me know when we get to Sheffield? And he was like, oh, all right. That is his first time of going to Sheffield as well. But he knows the way, he knows when they get to Sheffield, so he will let me know. And that was it. That was in the train from Manchester to Sheffield, and we got to Sheffield. When we got to Sheffield, I didn't know my way because internet, I didn't have access to the internet. I didn't know anything. And I was like, oh, he was like, where am I going to? I said, I'm going to Sheffield Alam University Business School because that was where they asked me to come. And this guy was like, that he has not been to Sheffield before. And then he helped me put where I was going. You know, you just check Sheffield Alam University on the Google map. And he was like, oh, it's just up the hill there. And he was like, okay, he was going to take me there. And that was it. And then, not the thing is, you know, when God is just helping you, you just know that this is just beyond you. In a country where people don't even want to, they don't even want to help you, talk less of checking Google. when you ask for direction, they tell you they don't know, and they don't know. You have to find your way. But this guy was very kind, and he checked him, and it was like I said, though it's just up the hill here, because Sheffield Alam, if you know Sheffield Alam University, is very close to the train station. So it was, and then he said, "Oh, I can take you there," and that was it. And he said, and when we were going, he saw me dragging my two bags. He was like, "Can I help you with this big one?" And that was it. And he took the big bag from me, and he took me down to the business school until I met the person I was asked to meet. And he was like, "Oh, this is business school." He took me down to where I was going. And up till now, and at that time, I was already in that phase of my life where I can always ask you for your number. If you've done me a favor, I just know you, I need you in my space. I can answer this. But this guy just didn't ask, and I was just grateful. I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much." And he was like, "Hope you are fine. Hope you're good. And can I leave now?" And that was how I left. That guy was an angel sent by God to help me. That phase, that situation that I was in right now, to help me navigate through it. He was an angel. When the extraordinary happen, when things beyond that would not happen naturally, and then when God sees that you need help, He will send His angel. They are ministering spirits. They come to rescue you and they help you so that you are not stranded. So when I say that I cannot be stranded, it is not from the place of pride or anything, but it is because I know that my God can send His angels to rescue me at any point in time. So that is my story of the ministry of angels. I hope you have learned a thing or two. You can drop in the comment sections what you've had an encounter with angels before, just so that we can learn, because we need to the angels might not be old, they come in your dreams or anything. They come in diverse form. So that is the end of my story. I hope you've learned a thing or two. I hope this video will make you see more of God. That is, when we say God is all powerful, He is all powerful, and He can do and undo. He's got angels, numerous angels, to come to our rescue, and that is why you should be proud to be that you are a child of God anytime, any day. So thank you for watching my video. I'll see you in the next. If you like this video, share with friends, subscribe, and then comment. I always look forward to your comments. I'll see you in my next video. Take care of yourself. Be good. Bye. Bye bye.